Hello everyone, welcome to Research Methodology. Today we are going to discuss different classifications of hypothesis. Hypothesis construction is an important step in the process of formulation of the research problem. For constructing a reasonable hypothesis, you should possess the qualities like creative thinking, imagination, keen observation, vision, insight, etc. And of course, a thorough knowledge about the phenomenon what you are going to study and its related field is also important. So what is the meaning of hypothesis? In simple sense, it is a tentative answer to a research question. It is tentative because we can say the accuracy and conformity only after empirical evaluation, right? So it is a tentative generalization. In any test of hypothesis, we begin with some assumptions about the population. This assumption may be about the form of the population or about the parameters of the population. What's a parameter? It's a statistical measure derived from the population. For example, population mean is a parameter. So we can say a hypothesis refers to an assumption that is made in the population parameter and a sample statistic is used to verify the same. What is a sample statistic? That is, measures obtained from sample are called sample statistic. For example, sample mean is a statistic. A researcher first forms a hypothesis about the problem, then tests its validity by using statistical measures. Hypothesis is a proposed explanation given for an observed situation. It represents a tentative relationship between two or more variables which is predicted by the researchers. According to Mouton, hypothesis is a statement postulating a possible relationship between two or more phenomena or variables. There are 6 types of hypotheses which are classified on the basis of their derivation and formulation. On the basis of derivation, there are 2 types of hypothesis: inductive hypothesis and deductive hypothesis. In inductive hypothesis, you move from specific observations to broad generalizations. Induction is one of the methods of logical reasoning process. In this method, we study several individual cases first and drawing a generalization. So induction involves 2 processes, that is observation and generalization. So in inductive hypothesis, you move from specific observations to broad generalization. That is, first you observe a phenomenon, then you form a pattern from your observation. After that, you form a hypothesis to study the pattern. Finally, you form a theory on the basis of your study of the pattern. Next, deductive hypothesis. In this type of hypothesis, you move from a general statement to a specific logical conclusion. Deduction means a reasoning from the general to the particular. Here you have to start from a theory and based on it, you make a prediction of its consequences. An analysis is done to arrive at a conclusion whether the theory is rejected or accepted with respect to the problem. So in deductive hypothesis, a research goes from general theory to specific observation. Next major classification is on the basis of formulation. On the basis of formulation, there are 4 types of hypothesis. That is, first one directional hypothesis, second one non-directional hypothesis, thirdly null hypothesis, and fourth alternative hypothesis. What is directional hypothesis? That is, this types of hypothesis checks the direction of relationship between 2 variables. That is, in directional hypothesis, you can use the terms such as more than, less than, negative and positive. Like, say for example, in an organization, women are more productive than men. And non-directional hypothesis. In this hypothesis, the direction of relationship between 2 variables cannot be specified. For example, an organization wants to get feedback from its employees about their job satisfaction level. In this example, the test results can be positive or negative depending on the job satisfaction of the employees. Next is null hypothesis. It's more important. Null hypothesis represent the first statement of the hypothesis that is assumed to be true. For example, if an organization wants to know whether its sales volume has increased from the last year or not. So the statement should be, that is the null hypothesis should be, there is no increase in sales volume from the last year. There is no relation between two variables under the study. It is denoted by H0. I will give you one more example. There is no relation between the number of years of experience held by an individual and his performance. Therefore, researchers are more interested in rejecting the null hypothesis actually. Next is alternative hypothesis. That is, any hypothesis other than null hypothesis is alternative hypothesis. When the null hypothesis is rejected, we accept the other hypothesis is known as alternative hypothesis. This hypothesis states that there is a relationship between two variables under study. It is denoted by H1. Say for example, there is a relation between the qualification of an individual and better job opportunities. Alternative hypothesis used as the second statement in a hypothesis that you want to accept. I'm concluding. So what we have learned today, that is, hypothesis is a tentative proposition formulated for empirical testing, and we have also seen the types of hypothesis. There are 6 types of hypothesis which are classified on the basis of their derivation and formulation. On the basis of derivation, there are 2 hypotheses, that is inductive and deductive, and on the basis of formulation, there are 4 types of hypothesis, that is directional, non-directional, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.